So the continuing story of my scan is that on Thursday last I had to have an emergency CT scan because Wednesday night I developed chest pains. I'd been a little breathless for a few days, and but when I got the chest pains I thought, oh no, you know, is this something to do with my cancer, or am I now going to have heart problems? And so I went to the walk-in centre and they were fabulous. They did an ECG and then they said to me, we're just going to send you in a taxi to the hospital. And I thought, oh, didn't expect that one coming. And when I got to the hospital, they saw me straight away and they took blood, which they couldn't get a injection, find a line for the injection. So I don't get an I've been brave badge, I get a bruise. And they took blood, did a chest x-ray and an emergency CT scan. I phoned my sisters and they were all pretty angry. Once they knew I was okay, they were a little bit angry. My sister Anne said, I'm really mad that you didn't phone me in the night, but you know, I've put enough on their plate. The radiotherapy really, I think anything affects your immune system, doesn't it? I know that chemo obviously does because it kills the good cells as well as the bad, and the first time round, and I think it takes a while to recover from that. But I don't know, sometimes you just get run down and you don't even know. You know, I've been doing quite a bit, just family stuff, you know. I think the thing about waiting is you put it out your mind, you know, and you do normal things, you know, and then you do something silly like I did. I went out for my friend's 60th party, got drunk, came in and had a complete meltdown, out of the blue. I'd had a great night, and I think that's what happens sometimes. You have a great night and you, bye, see you later, you know, falling in the door. I phoned the Samaritans and it was engaged 3 times. And I just phoned them because I was scared and because I'd had a drink, obviously. That makes everything worse. You know, you think it's going to make it better, but it makes everything worse. And so then I text my breast care nurse in the middle of the night and fell asleep then. Drink doesn't help, it is an antidepressant, all of that. But I'd had a great night. I'd been out drinking with friends. As I say, it was a party. And I just got in and shut the door and thought, because I was drunk and dramatically, you know, I hate my life. Because Brian isn't here. Again, Brian always comes into it. Brian isn't here. I've got cancer. Again. You know, who can I phone? Because I know, because I know it's because I'm drunk that I'm feeling this bad. And who can I phone? Didn't want to wake my family up, you know, and my friends. And even though they all say my phone's there 24/7, and I know I could phone any of them, but again, I'm desperate not to burden them. I am all right, but there's a little bit of me that isn't really, you know, that I don't say to my brothers and sisters or, you know, my friends, you know, a bit scared about the results and all of that, you know, because I think they're all scared about the results as well. So, yeah, it's difficult. It's times when I'm in bed at night, you know, when I go up to bed at night, that I go over everything that's happening, you know. I always hear Bernie in my head going, come on, you silly child. You know, get out of bed, sort yourself out, you know. Because, talk about inspiration, she was a absolute inspiration to all of us as well, and we knew her and knew she was this feisty little thing, you know, the last person standing at the party and everything. And then when she went through this, she was exactly the same, you know. She was better at it than me, I think. But I have drawn a lot from her, you know, and sometimes I go up and talk to her when she's, you know, in the cemetery. And it did help, and I talk to her now, you know, I talk to Brian, you know, wish you were here, Brian, or I think, what would they do in this situation, you know, trying to think logically, because sometimes you're not logical at all, really. But I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's scary. It's a really scary place to be. None of us know what's happening. And if something happens, we will sort it. That's what she always says to me. We will sort it. We sorted it the last time. We'll do it again. You know, and sometimes you just need to hear that, really.